Live. Hello, it's Jen here, and I'm super excited for my first webinar in a long time. If you were with me before the pandemic, then I'm sorry. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Because what we're going to be doing is every Wednesday, Webinar Wednesday, with Tuesday, who's standing right over here looking like a little angel. And we're going to give you a little bit of information. Can you put the camera on, little Tuesday? She's like, I'm going to move. So yeah, she's here and she's like, oh, look at her, look how cute she is. So she's going to help us today with the webinar, and I'm super excited. Amanda's behind the camera, and let's get started, because what we're talking about today is confidence, and even just being confident behind the camera, or in front of the camera, is like it takes confidence to take action into doing something. A lot of that time makes believing in yourself is like, oh, well, believe in yourself. I say it at the end of all of my videos, but let's get into who you are so you can help understand why you may or may not have confidence in certain areas. So we're going to meet each of the four horses today. You're going to meet Bella, Tuesday. Well, wait, she's horse number 5. Just kidding. You already met her. Bella, Maverick, Dante, and Trace. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about what that looks like with horses. And I just love, I love things in categories. I love things like that I can break down and see. So we have Bella. And who here has ever done like a Myers-Briggs or Enneagram or Wealth Dynamics or like any of them? There's like a zillion personality profiling tests out there, right? So if you haven't done it with horses, then maybe you should consider it, because horses are a pure reflection of who we are and how we show up. If they're frustrating us, it's because there's something about ourselves that is frustrating. So we have Maverick, Bella, Trace, and we have Dante. Now, I already know who I'm going to play with today, but as we get going, if you would like me to play with a particular horse, just drop it in the comments. Next Wednesday, guess what? 4 o'clock, we're going to be doing a video. We're going to be doing a live, and you can join us right here to see what it looks like to have different personality types through horses. So let's take a look. Grab the camera. We're going to come over here, and we're going to meet all of the horses. So I'm going to walk over, and we're going to show you Miss Bella. And Miss Bella is about 13 years old. Hi, baby girl. She's 13, maybe 14. We're not exactly sure. And you see how she came right over? She was like, hi, I want to say hi to you. I want to be friendly with you. And I don't have anything that's going on. Oh, look, did you see how she looked away? She was like, oh, well, maybe I don't know. But I really want to be your friend. Oh, but maybe I didn't bring the right wine to the party. Or I just brought chips and salsa while everyone else brought a covered dish, right? So a lot of these times, see how she got like, maybe I should go over here. Oh, but I really want to be your friend. Right? Does this seem familiar to you? So Bellas a lot of times you can see it, obviously. And that's the beautiful thing about horses, is you can see it like absolutely in the moment. Like when they're upset, smile. That movie with Meg Ryan and Kevin, I can't remember the Klein, I think. That old 80s movie where it's like, smile, French kiss, smile, happy, sad, frown. Use the correct expression for the correct emotional expression, right? And so you can see it really clearly with horses if you know what you're looking for. My mentor always used to say, raise your hand if you know how to read. Right? So it's like, all right, well, are we reading different things with her now? Like oh, look at that. Like a big yawn. That's a big release. Maybe it's just 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And maybe it's, I don't really know what to think about people coming here with cameras or different things. So here's just a big yawn. Raw. You ever see a horse yawn like that before? So I might come in here and just hang out with her. So just be here and just be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Because obviously she's like, I don't know if I want to be with you. If somebody wants to be with you, what do? They call you, they text you, they reach out to you, right? If they want to be with you and they're not certain, then their uncertainty outweighs their desire to be with you or desire to reach out. And that is where confidence comes in. Because if you want to reach out to someone and you don't, it's for a lack of confidence. Because if she was super confident and she wanted to be with me, like she was like, oh, I want to be with you. Oh, but I don't know. But oh, did I do the right thing? And maybe I don't know. So there was a lot of like unconfidence here. And I'm like, do you want to be? No? Okay. Then I'm not going to put any pressure on her to be with me. I'm just going to ask her and say, yeah, want to be with me? It's okay. Oh, no, don't want me to touch you, but you want to be. You want to come to the party, but you don't want to bring the chips. No, just kidding. She said, no, I brought chips. I just want to hang out. There. There you go. Beautiful. There you go. Now she's getting more confident. Now she's like, oh, no, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have nibbled. Maybe that was too much. Because maybe she had a time in her past where she nibbled someone just trying to connect, and they were like, oh no, she might bite me. And they got scared and maybe like, push her face away or something like that. And she's like, oh shoot, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. So it's like right now where she is in her world is, and with me is like, everything is okay. You can do nothing wrong, my friend. And the reason I can be like this with her is because what? I'm confident in myself, and I'm confident in my boundaries. I'm confident in my integrity. I do what I say when I say, and I run things clean and tight, right? Now, do I fall down and I not fall but yesterday afternoon, I had to cancel an appointment. I hit a wall. I was too tired, but I was confident that I needed to do that. But I had to do it, right? Here, look at her now. Look at how different she is now. You're like, oh, maybe she looks a little worried. I don't know. What's she thinking now? Now, it's rare to see a Bella go introverted, but this is what introversion looks like. And it's slight because she keeps moving her head around, but look at her ears. Like, oh, there she goes. She comes out of it because she's an extrovert. Well, her ears are kind of like, oh gosh, what's going on? I don't understand what's happening, right? Mom's doing different things than I'm used to. That's all right. There. Hi, sweet girl. So we might get her out to play. But are you starting to see certain key characteristics about Abella? Oh, and I went to touch her and she's like, uh-oh, it sounds like you trying to take from me. You like you want something from me I may or may not be willing to give. There we go. Now we can say, I'm not here ever to take from you. I'm only here just to give. And every time you walk into your relationships, into conversations with your relationships, you can say, what is this here to teach me? How can I grow my confidence in myself and in the person I'm connecting with? Individual, worse in this case, right? And so we'll see what she thinks. But there she just went introverted again a little bit, which is really, again, very uncommon for Abella. This is very unusual behavior for her. And I see her get a little more confident. And even if she kind of nibbles me, and I would just be like, ouch, because she's not going to nibble me hard. She's just being curious now. Now you have to start balancing that once they get curiosity. If you're curious about something, you have to be confident, right? So we get a little bit of confidence and a little bit of curiosity, like, oh, you're being curious about what my fingers do, huh? Right? And then whatever that little noise was enough to cause her to go, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do that because this is tough for her. You see her little mouth? There we go. Good girl. Good girl. It's easy to see in horses. It's not so easy to see in people, right? And when you start going, ugh, you're annoying, maybe you go, what is it about the behavior that this individual is exhibiting that you find annoying about yourself, right? That's the key piece. When someone is annoying you or someone is frightening you, say, what is it about myself? There she goes. Look at that good face. Look how she's getting more and more confident, right? Mama, because she knows I have no intention of doing anything to her, only with her, right? And can I get that off your face? A little piece of hay you've been hanging on to since breakfast, right? And so I've been playing with this concept with her a little bit because she's very easy to manipulate. and like orchestrate the chaos. It'd be really easy for me to just put a lot of pressure on her and tell her where to go and when to be and how to be and what to do and how to think and how to dress and you know. But let's how about let her express herself a little bit while maintaining our own boundaries. That's the key piece. She can be friendly and playful and curious, but if I have a boundary around her teeth actually touching my hand, then I'm going to be very clear about that. And all I have to do with a horse that's this responsive and this sensitive to energy is just say it in my mind. My boundary is that you don't bite my fingers or you don't use your teeth on my skin. That's all I have to say. Because it doesn't take anything for her to get worried or distracted or want to jump out of the arena or stop doing work or listen to somebody else's ideologies, right? Come here, girl. And that if you heard that little smooch, right? You saw, I don't know if you saw it, but her ear twitched like to the left hard. I'm very particular about my verbal cues around horses, and that was a really good illustration as to why. It's the same thing with people. If you're going to say something, have that something have meaning. What is intolerable to me is to have a lot of words with nothing to say. What's the freaking point? Is what I'm saying just filler? And am I using my words for me, or am I using words to add value to the conversation? Is asking this question going to help the situation, or is it just for my own validation, right? So look how calm she is now. Now she went back introverted right there. You see her ears? She's like, oh, this is so different. I'm not sure what to do with the situation. And this is extremely unusual behavior for a bellow to be this introverted. So I'm going to be very gentle because something happened. I don't know what it is that she's feeling this way. Now you can see it, like her legs back is over here and it's kind of cocked, and it might look like she's super relaxed there. That's a little bit of a breakthrough, but she's not. She's really not. She's like, I'm not sure what's going to happen. It would take anything. If I clap my hands or said boo, she'd be like, oh my God, what? Right? What happened? Well, if you can think about it from the perspective of what is going through her mind, because there's a lot of energy going towards her and she feels it. I'm going to come here, come closer to her, and then quiet my energy even more. Be a little bit more playful, right? No, girl. And if I feel like she's going to spin me like a top, right? That's okay. Hi, mama. And something distract her, I can come back and say, I'm still here with you and for you, right? Because I don't want her doing things because I'm asking her to, here she goes. I don't want her doing things because I'm asking her to do them. I want her doing things because she's connected and engaged and confident, right? And to see her behave like this is a little bit interesting. See how she's starting to get playful, a little bit curious, right? And her lips starting to get a little bit more loose. Now she still has some release in there, but I don't think she's going to be able to do it standing still. I think she's going to need to come out of her stall. So let's go ahead and bring her out of her stall. Let's see if she'll come with me. But I want to be very, 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 very careful, because I don't want her thinking that all of a sudden, now that we have the halter, or now that I have communication tools, that we're going to do something to her or ask something of her she's not really ready or willing to offer. Right. Now, to be clear, this goes for your 2 a.m. circle, sure. And that's about it. If this is your employee and they're acting like this, fire them. Coach them in the beginning, but then fire them. Enough, right? HR people out there, are you familiar with what I'm talking about? It's like, oh my God, we've been coaching this person and working with them and trying to help them and support them and direct them, and delegate when we can and all these other things. And it's just not working out. I'm like, that's okay. Because it may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. And I'll tell you something right now. It may not be your fault, but I sure as hell is not my responsibility, right? And the thing that comes down to horses is that these horses are in my 2 a.m. forever. They are lifers. Those of you pet owners that keep your pets until they pass, you understand what I'm talking about. So Bella is a 2 a.m.er for me, right? And it's one way, but not really. Because she gives me so much just by being who she is, right? Now, how many of those can you have in your life? You can only have a handful of those kind of individuals in your life, right? And as she gets more confident about what I'm trying to teach her, the more she's going to be able to ask me what I need, right? Hi, Mama. So we may not do anything with her today, since she's kind of feeling, I'm not sure about what this actually is. You see how it's kind of quiet and like, And Bella, who is generally really effusive and fun and excited and never met a stranger and wants to talk life of the party, when they're like this means that they are contemplative and trying to figure something out. Something has confused them about something out of one of the 5 adaptives. I don't know what it is for her. I don't know why she's really just being like so quiet, but she's not generally this quiet. So I'm not sure what it is, if it's a time of day or what the trigger is or why she's being like this, but something tells me something happened. Right? And for her to come back instead of run off, and want to go, you want to go back into her. Do you want to go back in your stall, girl? You want to go back in your stall? It's all right. I'm not going to touch her today. Right? I could, but if I were to do anything, it would be very, very small, like just hanging out here and allowing her to just be with me. Hi, Trace. Now, if you notice the difference between these 2 clowns, and then you've got a clown over here that's getting ready to bite Amanda. Oh my God, you should be a lumberjack sawing at that like that, right? So this guy here is a lot like her, like how she is today on the regular. Right? And if you've ever been in a position where you've experienced a trauma or something and you're an extrovert, you generally shut down, right? So I don't know if she's just being contemplative or she's afraid of Shark Tank over here who likes to bite her on the way out. We'll ask her and see how she feels. So what would you do with something like this? Whatever it took to build their confidence. And today, it's just, if she needs to go back in her stall, that's okay. If she's okay just hanging out here, that's okay. She's telling me she wants to go back in her stall. Yeah. So why take that away from her? There's another look and chew. Sure. All right. And sometimes just honoring the horse and honoring where they're at and just saying, we all have, Mama said there would be days like this, because look how beautiful it is when they can relax. There we go. It's a little better. Be calm. Maybe she's like, I don't feel like coming out today. There she goes. I don't feel like doing this. And that's fine with your 2 a.m. groups, right? If this was my 2 a.m.er and I said, let's go bury the body, and she said I couldn't, Where's the push, right? Well, I'm confident that she's going to tell me whatever her needs are, and I will fight with her to go back in her stall and take care of her needs, right? I will make sure that that happens, depending on where they are in your relationship labyrinth. So now let's look at her. She's got a little bit more expression. We didn't even get to the whiteboard yet. And do we really care? Is this valuable? Is this interesting to see like how different an extrovert can show up when they're worried or upset or triggered? Like she's trying to figure it out. She's confused, ladies and gentlemen. And it's unusual for us to come out and want to do things, but not put a lot of, but if she doesn't want to, we just don't today. Now, does this mean we do this every day? Maybe. She's a 2 a.m.er. Her needs are my needs. If this is your employee and this is how she's acting, then what do you got to say? You say, is she capable of doing the work? Is she willing to do the work? And can she do the work sustainably? And right now, today, it's a no. And how many days of this do you tolerate before you go, okay, that's just the character. This is the way she is. And this isn't a fit for the team. A one-off is fine, right? Everybody has an opportunity to make mistakes. But when you look at her like she's so athletic, and we tend to get in, like we're invested and we're involved and whatever. You have to figure out where they belong in your circle so you can decide what level of investment you want to take in building their confidence. She's with me for life. Every day in every way, I look for opportunities to build her confidence. She's a 2 a.m.er, not going anywhere. Determining that, looking at your relationship labyrinth, and doing everything you can within that paradigm to build the confidence of the people that you engage with, unless you're Dante over here, where he's like, I'm confident, let me out, let's go play. He's so bored. He's bored. But Bella, she's not bored. She's worried. And her as the other extrovert, hello, back over here. So as the other extrovert, to see her like this, instead of like, let's go, let's do something, is very telling. So if you're looking at the introverts in your life, how to build confidence in them, stay tuned for next week. But this week, like really just tapping into the Bellas that are in your world. And if you're not sure what a Bella is, just ask me. Drop me a DM. I'll be happy to share you more information. But think about it this way. If you ask them a question, even a plus or minus, like, what's 5 minus 3? And they start telling you about a story about their arithmetic professor from 5th grade that didn't really teach them subtraction that well, you might have a Bella on your hands. When you ask a question and get a story, that's the purest sign that you have a Bella, that you're dealing with a Bella, right? All right, on that note, these are my Bellas. Stay tuned for more and follow us on all our socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, blah, 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 blah. I am Jen Zoe. Dante's over here going, pay attention to me. We've got Tuesday in the house, little teaser doodle. And we're doing retreats and workshops all throughout the spring and summer here in West Palm Beach, Florida. And make sure to believe in yourself. It will change your life. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great afternoon. God.